Welcome back to the Fundamentals of Object workshop. This is part 6 of single stack objects. In this lesson, we're going to review a few additional options available as you develop objects and complete the creation of the single stack object that we've been working on. Starting from the main object workshop screen, we'll go ahead and open our single stack object. NOTRN patient assessment, which is at the top here, and you can also filter for it in the search bar. And once that's open, let's click into our stack base object SMTRN patient assessment. And let's take a quick tour of the icons at the top of the stack base and stack linked objects, which will reveal a few more features available when you're creating objects. Starting with this question mark icon, this provides a pop-up with the object's description. Now, when we created this object in a previous course, we used the Ursa Health convention of populating the object's description with a note about the object's grain size. Next, this pop-out icon will open this object in another window, which allows you to quickly review the object's properties and data. Moving to the right, the scissors icon allows you to unset an object, which removes the object and presents you with the option to add another one. As you can see, unsetting the object created several errors as we would expect. We can click on the Show Errors button to see each one of them, and by clicking on any one of the errors, we will be directed to where they are so that we can correct them. An important trick to know is that if inadvertently you do something like unset the base object, you can select the browser's refresh button, which will produce a pop-up stating something like, "You auto-saved a more recent version of this object. Would you like to recover the auto-saved version?" If you select No, you'll be brought back to the last saved version of the object. Navigating back into our stack base object, let's look at the next icon. The rectangular refresh icon lets you swap an object, which gives you the opportunity to find another object to swap in before removing the existing object. If you decide you do not want to swap the object, just click the Cancel Swapping button. The up-down arrow icon allows you to change the position of an object in the stack. When you select the icon, you'll receive a pop-up where you can specify the object's new position. For example, if I enter SL1 into the pop-up, the stack base object moves into the SL1 position, and the stack linked object moves to the stack base position. Clicking on our linked object, SL1, there's another option that's only available on stack linked objects. This X icon simply removes the object from the stack without presenting the option of selecting or swapping a new object. And of course, we know the Save icon saves the object. Now for a brief reminder of the icons that you're already a little familiar with. This icon that looks like two documents allows you to clone the object. When you clone an object, all of the object's properties except one are duplicated in the new object. The only property that's different is the cloned object's table name, which is suffixed with an underscore CL. This feature is obviously a time saver. Moving on, the next icon opens the object's data review screen, where you can review the data. Now, the data review feature functions in the same manner as the analytics portal's case review. You can split, filter, create boards, and share your analysis to the newsfeed. However, before this feature is available, the object will need to be saved and run. So I'm going to go ahead and close this Data Review tab and return to the previous screen. The next icon opens the Debug panel at the bottom of the screen, and this screen enables you to review the SQL script that was written to generate the object. The script was written as we completed the parameters of the object over the last several lessons. This icon archives the object, which puts it in a list of archive objects from which it can be restored. We'll review this functionality in an upcoming lesson. Finally, the vertical ellipsis has two options: refresh column names and manage field groups. The refresh column names option refreshes column names for all objects in the stack. The manage field groups option takes you to the field group page in Metadata Manager. So that wraps up our review of single stack objects. Let's go ahead and save our work, and we'll want to add a comment. So we can just put something like created, and that'll do. You can edit any of the properties of an object as needed. Starting in the Object Workshop screen, you can filter for the object that you'd like to edit, open it, and make any changes you need to make. If you do make any changes to your object, remember to select Save and add a comment indicating the version. You can then run the object, which will create or update it by checking the Run This checkbox and selecting the arrow. Then, select the lightning bolt in the ETL progress blade, and your object will be run. Once the object is run, you can open the object and review your changes by opening the Data Review window. So now you know how to create a single stack object. This understanding forms the basis of working with more sophisticated object types. Thank you for taking the time to review these lessons, and I'll see you in the next one.